Alright, we have a Suzuki Ciaz here that is here obviously for ECU Remap, which we're going to be doing. Carl already has an intake and an exhaust, not made by us, but apparently not that sensitive because this particular model of the 1.4 engine does not have a mass airflow sensor, so that's not too sensitive. The headers are a 4-1 design, so not much you can screw up with that. Anyway, we'll see what happens. My take on it is that the exhaust that was made, the piping here underneath is too big. I looked at it, it's about 2 inches. That's not the correct size. It should only be about 1.75. We'll find out once we dyno it and see if it's making the correct power or not. But for now, what we're doing is we're taking out the ECU. Actually, we've already taken out the ECU, so this is the plug. The ECU used to sit here. So this is where the stock ECU is, so we're taking it out. Because to be able to remap Suzuki vehicles, the ECU needs to be taken out. It cannot be done through OBD. Well, as I suspected, the exhaust that was installed here is the wrong size. So why do I say that? This is not your typical dyno chart for a gasoline car. It should actually be like that. It should be pretty much a straight line from here to there. What we see here is nothing, 5 horses, 10 horses. Then suddenly after 4 or 5, it suddenly just jumps up. This one here, this at about 80 horses. This is the correct horsepower, but this only happens at 6,000 RPM. Everywhere else, you actually kind of lost power. So, yeah, you wasted money on the wrong exhaust, which hopefully we will be correcting with the remap. And here is why the exhaust is wrong. This is the air-fuel ratio chart right here. It starts out extremely lean. It's still lean, all the way up to 5.5. Then it suddenly becomes rich. This is not the correct air-fuel ratio. This air-fuel ratio should be around here, 13.5 to 12. This is the area where it makes power. This one here, this is really wrong. The result is, well, as you can see, no power, and I'm gonna ask the guy later, malamang malakas sa gasto. Yan yung problema na pag pumunta ka sa tao na walang alam. Kahit sino pwede mag-utos ng tao, magduktong ng tubo. Pero how it's made, the design, the size, lahat yun, may math yun.
Ano kasi yan, sir, na baha. Doon sa lugar namin sa Uban, doon baha.
Oo.
So, nagkalawang yung tubo. So, pinapalit ko na lang.
Well,
hindi na ako naghanap
kung sino magaling. Oh, yeah, yun. Well, now you know. Kaya tinignan ko na, mahina eh. Kasi yun nga eh, pag masyado malaki yung tubo, humihina yung, magkakamali yung halo sa loob ng makina. The air-fuel ratio is wrong. So, that's why we have a dyno to know if exactly what we're doing is correct or not. So anyway, we'll try to correct it with the remap. Here's the thing. If bebenta mo to and you put it back to stock, kasi bagay, kalawang na rin naman eh. So wala na rin yun. So pag binenta mo as is where is na lahat, oh, sige, okay na yun. Kasi yung gagawin naming remap, match lang siya eksakto para sa exhaust na to. Pag binalik, si may stock exhaust ka, binalik mo, baliktad mangyayari. Hihina din siya, sa lalakas ulit. Oh, yun na yun. Kung yung sa kanya na talaga yan. Wala nang galawan. One set na yan. Sige. Ang mangyayari dito is this one. Lang talaga yan sa 1.4. Ang mangyayari, ito, lalakas dito yung ilalim. So, it means na pag ganyan, yung line, dapat dito siya magsimula, tapos pag ganun. So, all your gain will be here. Kasi itong 80 na to, nangyayari lang to sa 6,000 RPM, wala nang iba. The way you read the dyno chart is every RPM. So at 1.7, you're only making 5 horse. At 2.5, 8 horse. 10 horse. 15 horse. 20 horse. 25 horse. Pag lumabas ka ng 5,000, biglang sisipa ng malaki. O, ayan. From there to there. Yan, malaki kagad yan. That's from 30 horse all the way up to 80 horse. That's 50 horses right there. Eh, hindi ka naman nandito lagi. 99% of the time, nandito kay. Same thing with your torque. It's flat. See? It's 20, all the way up to 3,500 RPM. Then it's slightly better at 40. Kumbaga, kahit anong apak mo, mahina pa rin. Yun yung dahilan. Yes, we will correct. Ito, yung clutch mo, may dulas na ng konti. So, yan. Dumulas siya, tapos kumagat ulit. So, malapit-lapit na. Hindi pa naman eksakto now. But, malapit-lapit na. Kasi ito, when we do the dyno, todo yung tapak eh. Di siya yung 20%, 30%. At full power, pito na siya ng konti-konti. Ilan na ba tinakbo nito?
45.
Malapit na kasi yung clutch 40 palitin eh. So, that's what's gonna happen. Alright, this is our Suzuki Ciaz ECU. It's that puny thing. Actually, it's even smaller inside if you take it apart and look at the circuit board. An iPhone is bigger. And apparently, they all have the same ECU. The Ciaz, the Ertiga, the Swift, and even the Jimny actually have the same. Physically, it looks pretty much the same. And this is how we are able to read it. So all of these wires are connected to our Alien Tech here, and then this goes to the laptop over there. So what's happening right now is, you can see here, there's a status bar here, 66%, and a bunch of numbers here. So what this means is that we're reading the ECU, and then, hey, okay, 100%. So after that, that means all the data that's inside the ECU, sending the log file, yada, yada, yada. Oh, come on, hurry up. Okay, there. So what's going to happen right now? We're gonna be saving all of this, all of that, to the laptop, and then that's what we're gonna be opening in the editing program. Reading the file from an ECU is just like any other normal file. It's gonna be a Word file, Excel file. There you go. So we're gonna save it now. The size of the file that we actually saved is actually pretty small. It's about 3 megabytes, so size of an MP3. And just like any file, an associated program is the one to be able to open it. So if you have Word file, .doc, only Microsoft Word can open it. .xls, that's for Excel, so Excel can open it. JPEG can be opened by several programs like Picture Viewer or Photoshop. So this one is saved in a binary format. And this can be opened using a specific editing software that's also from Alien Tech. That's where we will now proceed to do the actual editing, and that's the actual process of what remapping is. It's changing the values inside that 3 megabyte file. We'll show you a while in a bit what that looks like. Okay, a short explanation of what you just saw a while ago, where there was a screen and then there was a bunch of numbers here, and then it was looking for the corresponding driver. Let me explain what that is. Let's say this is the file that we just downloaded. It's a Word file. We can open it in Microsoft Word, but here's the thing: when you open it up, there's no table of contents. So what that was doing a while ago was trying to automatically find in the central database of Alien Tech the table of contents to match this particular file. So from that we will know, let's say this is the whole file, this part is for fuel, this part for timing, this part is for throttle, so on and so forth. Without that table of contents, we will not know where those things are in this file. And since it was not able to find automatically, what we're doing right now is called a driver request. So we're emailing this particular file to Alien Tech in Italy and in Europe. Then a physical person will take a look at this file, and he will be the one to tell us what table of contents will match this file. And that's called the driver file, which he will answer in about 2 to 3 hours, European time. Once we have that, then we're able to open it. So sometimes we will tell you that you have to wait a few hours for a file to come from Europe. That does not mean this file from the ECU itself, but rather the table of contents for us to decode what that file is. Sometimes that usually happens with stuff like this. It's common that we get it for Hyundai's, Ciaz, Suzuki's, BM, usually mostly for European cars, BM, Audi, Benz, and all of that. most of the time we have to do a driver request to be able to open the file. Sometimes if you come on a weekend, let's say on a Saturday, you will have to come back the next week because these guys don't work on the weekend. So if we send them a driver request on Saturday afternoon, they will not be able to look at it until Monday 3 p.m. our time at the earliest. And then they'll reply probably 6, 7 o'clock at our time. So when that happens, you just come back the next week or whenever time is convenient for us to load the file. We're going to edit it again and then we'll load it and then we'll put it on the dyno again. So it just takes a little bit longer if we have to do this. It's 50-50. Sometimes we don't, sometimes we already have this particular ECU on record, like this one here. This is our, yeah. This is a record of everything that we've done ever since so far. So that's every ECU number that we have and every Okay, this is the result of our Suzuki Ciaz ECU Remap, and it's quite a really big difference. So this is his stock horsepower with the wrong exhaust size. So as you can see, as I talked about before, it's flat. It's 5 horses up to 3,000 RPM, then gradually shoots up drastically from 5,000 to 6,000 RPM. It exponentially goes up here once there's enough exhaust flow. But here, where you spend 99% of your time, nothing. Basically, your car it's not making any power. And this is after remapping here. So this is what the correct graph should look like. It should be a straight line that way and not a letter J like that. This is what we want. So we went from 5 to 25 horses, 10 to 40, 15 to 55, so that's 40 horses. 25 to 75. This is crazy. So 35 to 75. Of course, it gets a little less here at the top. Here at the very top, there's not any gain anymore because this is what it's supposed to be at maximum horsepower. It's about 82 horses. So this is already correct. The air-fuel ratio here is correct. So this is it. So again, people will look at this graph and say, you gained 0 horses because it's the same here. No, it's not. We gained pretty much here 40 to 50 horses with this entire thing. Well, a stock Ciaz actually, the graph should look like this over here, like that. It should look pretty much there. And the gains from the remap will be about 10, 12 horses in general. But again, this guy has the wrong exhaust because he went to stupid CRL performance. Cruel, rotten, loser racing. What idiot. And why that is? Because, again, the guy doesn't have a dyno. This is the problem with people who go to shops, exhaust shops without dyno. These people, 90% of the time, have no idea what they're doing. Any idiot can hire a bunch of people and weld a bunch of pipes. Whether that's correct or not, they have no idea. And there's no way for them to know because none of these creeps are also engineers to begin with. So they don't understand why a car makes power. They don't understand air-fuel ratio. They don't understand ignition timing. They don't understand fuel flow, and they don't understand how the mass airflow sensor even works. So yes, if you go to any exhaust shop and then you come out where you pay money and the car loses power, and well, I guess both you and the shop are idiots.